does.
We love that. Leadership is terrific. Claire, thanks for stepping up for that. I know you got a lot going on your plate as well, but to do that and come from contribution, shocker, that basically is you. So I've got this recording at this point. I can't figure out how to get it into Workplace. That's just because I'm not that technical person, but we're going to at least have it recorded, so we'll have it in ours. What we're covering today, and we're going to go pretty quickly through this, is being a local expert social media version. Some of the things we're going to talk about are how to use your MLS for because you got to get local knowledge. We're going to dig into the local knowledge. That comes from the MLS. It comes from Google Alerts. It comes from an app called Reventure, which I'm going to share with you guys as well. I use this one a lot for my YouTube channel when I'm doing my monthlies, but it really dives in. We're going to spend a little bit of time. The free version, which I highly encourage, is great data, but think about how can we regurgitate that in a social media aspect and bring that to people so we provide value. Now, here's the warning. If you come with one string banjo mentality of real estate, real estate, real estate, people are just going to close you down. Okay. They're not going to want to see that all the time. This is a relationship game. We've talked about this forever. Real estate is a relationship business. So when we're doing social media, you have to have you involved in this. I'm actually going to go backwards on this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of sharing today. I've got a syllabus I'll be putting in at the end in the chat. You can pull it off. If you don't have the ability, get with somebody else who's on the call who can pull it off of the chat, because I can't email it out to everybody. I'm sorry. I don't have it. I've got a pretty crazy day. But I'm going to go backwards first. Here is my 1 hour a day schedule that I wrote down. On Mondays, I would do 2 videos that are market update videos, short 2 to 3 minute videos. In fact, this is where I shoot everything. Y'all see that. I wanted to show you how messed up this actually is. This is what it looks like. And don't know if you can see it, but you should be able to. I have 2 lights that I bought. I would encourage you just to get a ring light at this point. And that's the backdrop to it, which took a little bit of time and energy to get it set up appropriately. The reason I wanted you to see that is there's nothing fancy about this. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, this light right here, those are actually palm fronds from outside. I cut those because I needed to have the light. It was too bright, so I wanted to diffuse it. You don't have to be fancy. Nobody cares. They care about content. If I'm shooting these markets, and I would, on Monday, I would shoot a market update, 2 of those. On Tuesday, I would do short videos, probably 4 of those. I'm batching them out. On Wednesday, I do 2 local spots where I'm at some area and I want to talk about the area. Like I live in an area of Orlando called Dr. Phillips. We've got a great restaurant called the H Restaurant. So I would go and stand in front of the H and say, I had dinner here, or whatever the story may be, a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely incredible. I would strongly encourage, if you have an opportunity, give this a try. They redid it, whatever the case may be. I'm imparting local knowledge on something that's interesting. We have, of course, theme parks. I stay away from those. But think about the water parks. If you're in front of doing a water park thing, you could stand in front of the water park. You can stand in front of a store that sells beads. Jackie's heavily into beads and making jewelry, and talk about local things that are relevant and resonate with somebody else. Think about this. It's relationship based. Okay. So I would do 2 local spots on Wednesday. On Thursday, I would focus on family and friends, 4 or 5 quick videos. Now you're saying this is a whole lot of content. Yes, it is. And this content can be put out over whatever platform you want. Let's say you're using TikTok. Okay. You're going to make short content videos that are there, or whatever works. I don't use TikTok, so I can't answer that. If you're using Facebook and you're using the reels on Facebook or the shorts on YouTube, it does not matter. Instagram, it does not matter. You have content, create this content, but do it in batches, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, market updates, 4 videos that I could put out, 2 local spots that are fun. Thursday's family. Friday would be 8 personals. And I am struggling struggling with losing weight. I did all the right things. I gave up, by the way, sorry, very, very selfish in here, but because she's kind of helped me through a lot of this, Claire, Monday is 6 months, right? Who knew? Anyway, sorry about that. That was just something her and I've been talking about for a while. I found that out yesterday. I was like, oh my God, or 2 days ago, I was blown away by it. Bottom line is, I'm going to do something personal and create some personal content too. Now, the question always comes up, well, what do you do with this? There are a ton of apps. If you Google it, it'll be you've got Lumi. I wrote down a few just because I wanted to make sure I had them. Um, I don't know where the hell I wrote them, but look, there's just social media posting, and you make content and then let it post it for you across your platform. Does it cost something? Yeah, it does, like $30 a month to do this. But remember, what we're doing is we're creating relationships and establishing an area of expertise. That was my schedule. And on my posts, I would definitely not do more than 50-50 real estate. In fact, I'd probably go a lot less. The average everybody's saying is for every four, there can be one that's business. I think you may want to kind of weight that a bit to make sure you're the area expert. I'd probably go 2 and 3. That's just my personal opinion. I want to jump into some of the things that we have available for you right now. Again, let me share my screen. This is something I've been working on for a long time. You actually have it. It will be in the chat, or in the chat. There'll be this Word document and the link for a shareable file. This is the market format that I have put together, and I use it in every update I have. Okay. It talks about the number of solds, average sale price, days on the market, interest, and affordability. There's a tab down at the bottom. You can't really see it. It's called data. And you basically just go back and put data in, and every month you add a new one, you take this out. Now there are formulas in here, so here's a little spoiler alert. Copy it, paste it if you decide to use this, and just change this to June. Okay. And the reason I say to do that is these formulas, as you can see, they're already pre-programmed in here, and you don't want to corrupt these formulas because they're very important. It'll auto-populate for you. You're going to have to do some back history on this. So I use this, and I also use my MLS, and we have a hot sheet. I also have searches set up that I look at on a regular basis. Here's why. I need to have informed conversations when people ask me about what's going on in the market. I can tell you that our days on market in my particular area is 52 days. It was 49 days 3 months ago. It went up and then it plateaued out. Our average sale price is $376,000. I know my statistics. Do you? So the MLS is part of the tools you would use. The graphing, as I talked about, I will have this for you. And what's going on in the market to feed what we finished with, which is what you're going to be putting out there on your social media content, which will make you an expert in the market. I use Google Alerts, and I use Google Alerts. I talk about them all the time because it feeds information to me every single morning, and it takes me the better part of about 5 minutes to go through it. These, I set mine up separately, so it shows up on a separate one. These are all the Google Alerts. In fact, there's one in here where is it? Hold on one second. What to expect from the Florida housing market the second half of 2024. This is not the article. This is the article. I would actually probably take a screenshot of this. I'll give you a tool that will allow you to do that. Have that be my post. I may put it, and if I was doing it on Facebook, I would have a screenshot of that, what to expect for the housing market of whatever it is, or whatever the article is. And then I would give a quick summary and say, if you want more information, here's a link to the article. I want to come across as the person providing and bringing information to other people. Now think about this. Who do you know in your local market who is the information source, who is the one that you would go to on a specific topic? You don't have to answer that, but think about that. Are you putting yourself in a position to be the local expert? Now, I use Google Alerts because it provides me information that allows me to have conversations that are real estate related, because that's what I've been focusing on. Also, I use this information, and now, to be transparent, I don't do this. Okay, I should. But if I was door knocking, I need to know all my statistics. So I'm MLS and what's going on in the market. I need to be able to have informed conversations on that. I can use it in farming. I can use it in mailing. I can use it in prospecting. Here's the thing. You either have to pick up the phone. I told you prospecting is going to be engaged, or we're going to talk about prospecting. You're going to have to make outbound phone calls or do something that puts you in front of, on the phone, face to face with somebody to have a real estate related conversation, or we're going to be in harm's way. Now, I'll give you guys a little bit of a heads up. In the normal real estate market across the United States, this excludes, in my world, Miami, which is a very seasonal high. It's a winter season market. But across the United States, for most of us, the real estate market is going to slow down. Kind of funny considering it's been pretty darn slow. It's going to slow down around July 15th. That's when it usually gets out of the summer season. Here's the thing. You're going to have to work twice as hard. I'm just being very transparent. But this is also a great opportunity to build up for when the interest rates come down. And I guarantee they will. I actually expected they would have come down earlier. Here's my expertise. We have a ton of sellers who are on the sideline, even though we're having more inventory coming on the market than we did the previous year, which had high interest rates too. We have a ton of sellers who are on the sideline saying, my God, I've got a 3% rate. If I sell my home, I'm going to buy one. I'm at 7%. When the rates come down, regardless of when that is, and it's expected to be somewhere probably immediately following the election or right before the election, sometime in the next 3 months or so, are you going to be the expert that they know when it's time to buy and time to sell? Here's another little spoiler alert. I am 1000% not worried about the real estate commissions not being on the MLS, and I'll tell you why. We have been in a bull market. A bull market means for sellers, that means the sellers can ask whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. There's no extra inventory. The demand has been super high. Well, we're changing that pretty quickly, as you may or may not know, with inventory going up. So pay attention to this. One of the things a seller will say is, I don't care what you have to do, get my home sold. Okay, well, we need to entice the agents to bring more people, offer a cooperation. It's not costing me any more. It's just like it used to be. That will be the conversation. Buyer side commissions are not going anywhere. Yes, we have to stand up a little bit stronger and show more value. We talk about that constantly, and it's 100% true, but they're not going away. So don't panic about that. But let's go forward 3 months from now. Are you known as an expert? Are you creating a reputation that you're an expert in the real estate market, as well as broadening your reach, which is by creating content that is interesting? So let's talk about social media content and some of the things to remember. And there's a couple words: building brand, expert, value, and relationships. And I'll go into those a little bit more. You need to build an audience. Hate that I said that. I hate that word, you need to. I encourage you to build an audience. That audience, it can be a lot broader. I just had a conversation with Kirsten. She's at the she's at the car wash. So I stole the information from her. I happen to see her information quite frequently because she posted something about her dogs. She has a couple Dobermans and they're beautiful. And I clicked on it. It was on her story, whatever that is, on top of Facebook. So now she shows up quite a lot, and I like her content that she posts. And she told me, and I'm not supposed to say this out loud, she may have repurposed it from other people that resonated to her. Okay, so the reason I bring this up is she lives in Daytona. We know each other through EXP, but we're not in the same social circle. But we are now. I see what's going on, and I know that she sells a lot of homes, and I know that she has Dobermans. So I have a relationship, if that makes sense. It's a fictitious one on social media, but I know who she is. She's now relevant, and she shows up all the time. By the way, keep the mojo stuff going for my brain and the dogs. I like both of those. They make me happy. Do the same thing, but broaden your reach. Who are you speaking to in what you're doing in your communication? As Kirsten said, she steals this, which is my word, not hers. She repurposes from somebody else. If something speaks to her, she says, I'm going to put it back out. Chances are they don't do it. Y'all know that string dance where I'm not going to do it because I'm embarrassed myself. So many people are doing that, or the ice plunge on Facebook. Doesn't matter. put this to use. You need to build a bigger audience, and doing that is engagement in social media. Not everything you do is going to resonate with everybody, so do some different things. I gave you a criteria list. And for all of you that are on, I appreciate you guys being here. I want to ask you this one question. What do you think would happen to your reach, your ability to communicate, if one day or 1 hour a day you focused, scheduled on your social media posting what you're doing? Marketing updates one day, 4 videos that are short videos the next day. They're really easy to do. You do them with your phone, you do them on, I'm going to give you a great tool to use as well. 2 local spots one day, couple posts about family, friends, and fun things, and then 8 personal posts that are just you having a conversation, or as Kirsten has done, where you repurpose something that's already out there and put it with yours, and then put it into a manager to distribute it for you. Here's why. The more people that know you, like you as a person because of what you're doing and what you speak of, and also recognize that you're an expert, the higher probability you have for having conversations with them when they're in the mood and they're ready to transact in real estate. Chris is on the call, and I will call her out if she wants to, but she's extremely purposeful on her social media posts. She's speaking to people she's going to be working with. Now, she's also kind of like, well, an icon agent and a juggernaut, and she's like blown up her business, and she's heavy into commercial and does multi-units, and she's pretty much a badass. If you have a chance, hang out with her. She's a lot of fun, and she's really cool, and so is Dylan, her significant other. Thing is, she's very purposeful on what she's saying and also who she's trying to speak to. I'm going to suggest you probably have a little wider focus than perhaps she does, and talk about things that are interesting to you, and post about things that are interesting to you, and mix that in, because you're going to attract other people who have interests similar to yours. In my case, again, going back to Kirsten, she has Doberman, she has great dogs. I like her dogs. That makes me happy when I see them. And because of that, I see now a lot of what she's doing. And some of it doesn't resonate with me. No disrespect, man, Kirsten, on that. But some of it does. Okay. And there's other people that I've followed now because I like it. And I get to know who they are a little bit more. That's got to be us. Or for everybody out there, pay attention. It's important. Pick up the phone and cold call or door knock. If you're not going to do one, and I understand that, and there's no judgment here, you absolutely must commit to something. And this is a very viable option. That's what I'm getting at. You have another choice. If you're not comfortable with the hardcore prospecting, with the calling people you've never met and asking if they're interested in buying or selling or talking to, here's an expired phone call. Hey, John, it's George Philbeck with eXp Realty. I was just calling. I was wondering if you were aware your home is no longer represented for sale. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it came off the market last night. You're probably getting a bunch of phone calls from realtors that are not like me, but are pretending to be prospecting based and aggressive real estate agents. And I wanted to know, when do you plan on hiring the right agent for the job of selling your home? That is part of a script that has to be repeated over and over and over again. It's a very good idea to have it written down and stuck on your wall, because you sit here and you literally read it. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to talk to people you haven't met, I have to beg you to say, what are you committed to doing? Now, let's go back to what we're talking about right now. Imagine you said, I'm going to give this 1 hour a day. Chris, if you have an opportunity to unmute, I'm going to ask your opinion on this because you are the expert in the room. And folks, she really is. But if you were to give this 1 hour a day and came up with upwards of, over the course of a week, 20 different posts that are really about you and about real estate, maybe, and I'm going to show you how to take a video of your computer screen very quickly. But Chris, if I were to do that, in your opinion, if I had 20 different posts, would that expand my reach? If you had to take a guess, is that too much, enough, or not enough?
Nope, I think that that would definitely expand your reach. I tend to live in my stories more so than my posts. My post is more so a shop or a storefront that people can look through. So I always put valuable content there.
Now, there's a great tip. So if I'm looking for you on Facebook, and I see you in your stories all the time, but if I'm looking for you on Facebook, I'm going to see basically evidence of success and things that are valuable to me. It might be if you want a copy of this, give me just.
Not on Facebook,
Oh,
on
I'm,
Instagram.
I'm using that as I'm showing my age. If it's on Instagram, but might it be an opportunity as well that as they go and they look at your as your page, and probably using the wrong terms, this would be a great opportunity. And I did write this down that you can actually provide value and capture. Hey, let me know where I can send this to. Anybody wants a copy of this, let me know, and I'll shoot it over to you. Just DM me. So now you're creating a conversation coming from value. And that's what's missing. We either have to create value by providing, hey, I can sell your home. When are you going to hire the right agent, which is very challenging, or focus our energies on providing, and that's one of the words I used, value to capture a conversation. You don't get to not make a choice. There's three choices available to you. Sorry, this is Chris. Thank you very much. As always, you're awesome. Getting her work. This is her second workout for the day, too. You can see her at 3 o'clock in the morning doing her first workout when nobody's at the gym. It's I don't see it at that time. I see her, but I follow her too, by the way, which is kind of funny because I've got bookends now with both the girls, Chris and Kirsten, on both ends. One dog, one workout. Didn't sound right. You know what I meant. Uh, we have to we have three choices. That's what I was saying with this. So y'all think about this: prospect, outbound phone calls, talking, door knocking, whatever the case may be, some form of aggressive prospecting. The second opportunity you have is going to be to do something that broadens your reach, that puts people in front of you, that allows you to have conversations with other people, that creates deeper relationships, because people will work first with somebody they trust and that they know cares for them. So your job is to first be a person and then also be an expert in the area, which makes you incredibly valuable. And the third opportunity is to get out of the business. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be harsh, but this is not going to be a passive business for very much longer. It has been for the last couple of years. I am absolutely guilty of that. So don't think that I am above the chafe. I have been an order taker for a few years, and I am aggressively working on professional business at this point. You need to do the same. Are you going to prospect? Are you going to lead generate? Are you going to do something to put yourself in front of other people? You can do the phone bit if you want to. You can do the social media bit. Let me share with you how to capture your computer screen. And I hope that this shows up. So I'll need somebody's help. Let's see. Helen, are you looking at because I can't see what I'm sharing at this point. Are you looking at the money report? Is that what you see? Nope. All right, let me try one more time. And thank you very much, Miss Helen. You are a huge help. Okay, how about now? Money report? Awesome. So this is something called Snagit. Can you see this box up on top, Helen? Great. So what I'm going to do is I click capture, and then it'll allow me. Do you see that I'm circling what I'm capturing? Can you see that, Helen? Oh, you
Yes,
guys,
you can see that.
you can. Okay, so my computer froze, and I'm inside here. I can change that. I can get me out of it. I can go full screen if I want to, whatever it is. But let's put me in, and I'm going to do a recording. It goes like this. So I'm going to look at the camera, and it's recording my screen. When it counts down, check this out. So this article just came out and it was really mind-blowing. Look at this. This is what we can expect in 2024 for the second half of the year. And there's a part in here that's really important I want you to take a look at. While the market is seeing more listings, the boost in supply is not enough to attract buyers, according to Fannie Mae. They're the ones who said it. And I click stop. And I stopped sharing. Hold on one second. I went backwards on that. My mistake. I wanted to show you this because it is such a powerful tool. So I'm stopping the recording. You'll see this pop up. And then I get to share it. Maybe later. and I'm going to share this as a screencast for anybody that's gone through my checklist or anything like that. This is where this is where a lot of the information is. And I can share this in a DM. I can share this in an email. I can make a file from it, anything I need to do. And I'm going to do it as a screencast right now. And I give it a name if I wanted to. The reason I bring this up is when you're doing social media way and you want to forecast a video of some type or another, and you want to do one that's basically information based, so you're working off your computer screen, Snagit is a phenomenal tool. And the price of it is $39 per year. So you have to think about it, because I'm a huge advocate where I don't want to spend a lot of money. This is the thing. I use this more than any other tool, period. This is my number one tool. As far as area expertise, I want to give you guys a free one right now. This is Reventure, reventure.app. Now, I'm in county. I can go into state and metro, and these items that are in blue, which is under home price and affordability, that's what this is the home price and affordability tab. There's market trends, demographics, and investor matrix. But home price and affordability highlighted in blue is home value growth. I'll click on that. As I said, I live in Orlando, so I'm going to use Orange County. And the home value growth has gone up. It's hard to see because it's very small, but 4.9% year over year. Some of the other metrics that I have for free are the for sale inventory. Let's take a look at that. For sale inventory growth year over year. 83% more homes on the market year over year in my county. Maybe I'm going to choose a metro. If I were in Atlanta, I'd want to choose the Atlanta metro. 77% increase in my particular area where I work. This is free. It's reventure.app. And it's now, think about this. If I'm doing a screenshot with my Snagit, which is $39, and I've got my face in one of those corners right there, it's like the little face of George, and I'm talking to the camera, and I'm saying, this is what's happening in the current market. So really great marketing is so important for successful sales because we have so many more homes competing. Y'all think about that. I just made that up. What did I just communicate, though? Here's some real data information. We have a 77.9% increase in the number of homes for sale over this time last year. Marketing is important. That's a statement of fact. And my job is that I'm letting them know that, and great marketing is what's going to help you get your price right. Let me know if you need any more information or you have any questions for me. Just shoot me a message, whatever. This video can be anywhere you want it to be. Now, I've said this before, and I keep referring over to the screen because it's still up. I have two screens. You can do it on one. I'm making a 30-second to a minute and a half video using a software called Snagit. And I'm going to put that out as my informational-based video for everybody that is looking on my social media. That's how I'm providing some content of value. All right. I want to share this with you guys, with you folks real quick. And let me save it. All right. So this is what you have in this link that is going into the chat in just a couple of seconds. Here's the link to TechSmith. That's the Snagit link right there. The graph I had just shown you that you have a copy of. Here is a working copy graph. Here is the link to Reventure, which is that free app. Please get Reventure. It gives you really good information. Social media platforms. You need to build an audience, brand, a review. I didn't touch on that. I'm going to do that in a second. I'll cover reviews. Be an expert. We talked about that. By the way, the third-party testimonials I'll jump into as well. Adding value we've covered, and you're creating more relationships. And here is a mock schedule of what I would do if it were me and I were absolutely on point with my social media because I didn't feel like making phone calls. You get to make this decision. Let's go to being an expert and third-party testimonials. Remember how I talked about being in front of the local bead shop because my wife likes to create jewelry, or in front of the restaurant H, and I don't have to even go in. I could just stand out front for, it's called a positioning shot, and talk to my phone this way or this way, whatever I'm deciding to do with it, and say, this is absolutely the most amazingly cool store I've ever been to. If you're into beading, this is the store you want to go to. If you're making jewelry, it's incredible. I've had a chance to go in there. I encourage you to definitely take a look at it. You want more information about it, just shoot me a message. I'll get it off to you. I love this place, or the restaurant. Third-party testimonials are much more valid. You're actually giving it a review. You're saying, wow, this is a great place. That is more authentic than you bragging on yourself. It's more authentic than the store bragging on themselves, and it creates you as the expert. You all see, if you go onto any of the TripAdvisor or anything, it says local expert. Okay, well, the reason it says that is it gives more validity to that particular person's comment, because they've made a few comments, they get a badge. You get more validity if you're the one that knows the area. And you never know when the person who's going to have to buy or sell in the next 2 months starts watching about you having this thing for creating jewelry, and you going to this bead store, and they connect with you because of that. That's the mission. As I said, the market is going to slow down dramatically. Let me drop this in real quick, and then I'm going to give you guys a quick summary, and we'll open it up for any questions we have. All right, it is in the chat. Give it a second to upload. And it's 06/11/2024 class is the name of it. Here's a summary for the market. The interest rates are really high. Affordability in my particular area is at 55%. You want that information? It's in the graph. All you got to do is copy and paste your own information, get 2 years of history, which takes about an hour or two. We have the time. People are not buying and selling anywhere near the rate they were. In fact, I show that too. Know how many number of homes sold were down by about 35%. There is a plethora of people that want to buy and sell, and they're waiting for the interest rates to lower. That'll happen, in my personal opinion, probably before the election or immediately following the election. The election tends to kind of do wonky things to everything when that occurs. So now you've got some knowledge you can share with people, but I'm sharing it with you on purpose. You've got a couple of months to be the area expert. Will anything happen in those couple of months? Absolutely. If you're consistent with something, you'll find that momentum occurs very quickly. But if you put it off and you don't really get started to get ready to get going for the next month or two, you're going to find that you've missed 2 months worth of time, and you're all of a sudden right back to, I haven't started yet. Now, my incredibly talented wife and I have this conversation on a regular basis. She's like, listen, you keep wanting to do this and you haven't gotten started, but you're kind of thinking about it, researching it. And I'm still at the same place. I did that with our YouTube channel for a year. Okay. Don't be like me. Take action. You have what you need. You can accomplish anything you put your mind to. People like you already. It is the characteristic of every human being, except for a couple of very bad people that deserve to burn in hell. But most of us, people like a lot. So give them an opportunity to get to know you better. That's really what I'm asking. All right. 9:10. Any questions or anything that anybody want to bring up before we call this a day? And I'm going to get back to work. Outstanding. I love when that happens. Go out there and tell somebody you love them. Tell them they're important, that they matter. Let them know that you care. That is the secret to database. It's also the secret to great relationships, and also the secret to how to be successful in any environment, because people will work with people they like. And more importantly, they'll work with people that they know, like, and trust, that they care about them. Go tell somebody that they're amazing and that you love them. You'll change their day and make their day better. You guys are awesome. You can do whatever you put your mind to. I believe in you, probably more than you do. Please put together, if you're not going to prospect, a social media calendar on your schedule, 1 hour a day, and let's just see what happens for a week. Make a 1-week commitment. That's 5 hours. Don't do what I do. I hope Jackie's not listening to this. Don't watch YouTube shorts for 1 hour. Make a YouTube short while I'm watching them. Okay. And remember, this is for everybody. Pay attention. See this right here? Dot right there. I don't know what the hell that is, but it looks like I have a pimple on my nose. If you haven't figured it out, I'm losing my hair. My wife hates this, but I don't have a strong chin line. And I've been trying to lose 30 pounds for 4 years. All right. I'm not like this. Well, to Jackie, I'm a gorgeous, handsome man, but you got to consider it doesn't matter. I'm the only one that cares. Y'all don't care what I look like. You care that I care about you. I hope that's what you're getting. So remember, I care about you. April, I'm talking right to you. Don't you get up in your head. You bring value, and that's the whole idea. And Helen, thank you very much for letting me tease on you and pick on you and have you give me my partner in crime. You bring value. I say this because you're going to have to put yourself out there, and almost nobody will slam you or throw you under the bus. In fact, they'll be very grateful that you did it, and you're going to meet a lot of new friends, and there'll be a lot of people following you. Have an amazing day. God bless y'all. Do something good for somebody. See you guys tomorrow. Bye now.